one of the ways that I found to get more time back in your day is to take control of your phone. And what I found, we'll take a look at my phone here. This is my first screen. And one of the things that you'll notice is I don't have email icon on my front page. One of the first things you want to do is move your email to the second page. And the reason you want to do that is it takes away the urge to open your email and take a look at it. What you should be doing is scheduling different times during the day, blocked out in your calendar like an appointment, to go in and check email. For example, you may want to set something up like this: 8:15 check email, 11:30 check email, 1:30 check email, 4:15 check email. Something like that you would have set times to check and return emails. So I'm going to show you what I do, and this is a little bit anal, but I just want to keep organized. Is you'll see that I have email right here, and on email I've got a folder set up with the different things, and you'll notice some of those aren't email, but I use WhatsApp like email, Signal like email as well. So what I do is I put those in a separate folder. And the reason I do that is so I'm not tempted to look at emails. The next thing that I do is I take my social media and I put it on a different page because I don't want my social media on the same page either. And you'll see I just put it in a folder just like that. And I found, well, you can see I have a lot of different apps that I use. So I put them in folders, and you'll also notice that I put the folders in and they're alphabetized. So that makes it easy for me to be able to go in and find something in a folder really quickly. But the apps that I use the most, they're on the front page here. Granted, I use email a lot, but I don't want to be looking at my email, especially if I'm looking at the front screen of my phone. The next thing you'll notice is I do have on here my messaging app. And a lot of times what I do is recommend that if you don't need this on the front page, move it from the front page because it can also be a distraction. But I know for some of you, it's hard to move that from the front page because that's something that goes quick and the way you communicate rapidly with either business or family. The next thing that I want to show you is you want to go in to your email, and we'll just go to mail here and right there. And then in mail, you'll notice in notifications that I have it off. I don't want to receive notifications that I'm getting emails, because what's that cause me to do? That makes me want to go in and check those emails. And I don't want to have a counter going to see that I've got 20 emails in there to answer when I do go to that second page. So that's something there that you can do. You know, if you do go into the notifications, you can allow notifications, and then you can pick your notifications that you want down here. I can see if I want the banners, if I want to unlock screen, a notification center, or a banner. And the other thing here, you can see, do I want a badge? And for me, I recommend that you turn off notifications for email. And then for your instant messaging, you can go back, and for messages, you can see I allow it when I have focus on. We'll talk about focus in a little while. But I just have banners, and I do have a sound. What I found is if I'm waiting for email, I wanted to have a sound, so I allowed for a sound. But you can very easily turn the notifications off, so you would see no notifications there. And then you can see I have no badges because I don't want the badges to show up, so I don't have a counter going or anything like that. The next thing that you want to do is you want to remove pop-ups from showing. I'll call them pop-ups, but you want to remove those banners. So what you can do is go into each app. Like, for example, I'll just go into AccuWeather here as an example. I don't want notifications hitting me from that particular app. Now there's other apps that you might have that you want to get a notification on. So you can set it up on those particular apps. For like Amazon, for example, I do allow for notifications on my Amazon because I want to know if I'm getting a package or something's being delivered. So you'll see there that I have banners listed on here from Amazon. But you can set that up to be anything that you want it to be. You'll hear my dog barking in the background. The other thing that you want to do is sometimes you want to go into airplane mode. And why would I want to go into airplane mode? Well, one reason that I want to go into airplane mode is I just want to be not disturbed. So you can go into airplane mode real easily. You can just go in. I'm sure many of you have been on a plane. You just click it right there, go into airplane mode. On the side of your phone, you've also got a spot where you can just turn it on so it goes to just vibrate. So you'd have that. You wouldn't have, the ring can go off, so you can do that. But on Do Not Disturb, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into my phone, and you'll see I have it on here that I'm going to have my focus on here. And then on my focus, I can have how long that I want to have this on. A lot of times what I'll do is if I have a call that's really important, just to make sure that my phone doesn't ring, I'll put it on and I'll just check like something like that it's going to be, so Do Not Disturb pops on. And then I can turn it off just by clicking that. Another thing that's nice is for sleep. You can put it on for sleep, and you can set it also so any of your favorites will ring through. So if you had an important call in the middle of the night from somebody that's in your favorites, it will ring through. So you can see I've got until I leave this location, I can turn on Do Not Disturb. Until this evening, I can turn on Do Not Disturb. So it is something that you can do. And then I just popped up so you can just see here. Like, here's something that I do. I turn it on automatically right here. So from 10 p.m., to 6 a.m. every single day, I set it so I'm on Do Not Disturb. So I won't be seeing that any texts or anything going off. I won't hear anything other than, again, if a favorite comes through and they're calling, I will get the call. All right, now I want to go into this. Those are productivity ones and ones that can save you time. And they're going to help you from stopping looking at your phone. The next ones are also very helpful. The first one is if you swipe to the right on your iPhone, you can see here I have a few of them set up. You can see it's nice and cold here today in Omaha. I've got my calendar on there. These are the widgets. So if you flip over to the right, you're going to see the widgets. See, I have 600 steps for the day. But if I want to add a widget, I'm going to press the edit button. And then when I press the edit button, I can get rid of an edit of one of these widgets by just clicking the minus sign, or I can go up to the plus sign up here, click the plus sign, and then I have the ability to add different widgets. So if I wanted to add a widget for Dropbox, for example, because I do use Dropbox quite a bit. So I could just take that and add a widget, all right? I don't want to do that, so I'm going to remove it, but it's the same thing there. If I want to see how much time I've used my phone for the day, this gives me the opportunity to do that. Now, why would I want to look at my phone or have that to know how much time I'm spending on the device? Well, if I want to limit the device to how much I use it, it gives me a real quick way to look and say, okay, Jeff, you've been on your phone for 2 hours and 12 minutes today. And it'll also tell me if I click on it, I can see where have I spent my time on it. So 35 minutes for social, 9 minutes reading, 30 minutes of productivity and finance. So it gives you an idea what you're going to do. So there you can also limit your time. You can click on the app limits and you can add a limit. So if you want to limit something, we can take a look at that real quick. You can limit, if you find that you're playing games a lot, you can limit the time on games, for example. I never play games on my phone, but that's all. Next. So I can set that I'm only going to allow 2 minutes to be on games every day. So it would only allow me to do that. So there's things you can do there. It is helpful to know, and especially if you're trying to cut down on the amount of social time. You see, you can add a limit like I just showed you, or you can just follow how much time am I spending on my phone. I love to use my phone to listen to books, listen to podcasts, those type of things while I'm working out. So I'll usually get a good hour a day on my phone just by that. One of the things that you might want to do is set up content restrictions. And to set up content restrictions, go into settings, and then you're going to go into screen time, and then you're going to go into content and privacy restrictions. And in here, you can see I can allow in there. And then what you can see is, content restrictions there. And I can put in different content restrictions. Like, for example, I can have anything here. I can put in a restriction. For example, on music and videos, I can have a restriction on or off. And then what I can do here, this is the most important one right here, is the web content one. And under web content, it's got the limit adult here, websites. So I can limit adult websites. And I could also go to unrestricted access and limit adult websites. I have found sometimes that by limiting adult websites, it has caused where I can't get some material, but it does protect from getting things that I really don't want on my phone. So I leave it there with limiting the adult websites. Entirely up to you, but it is an option for you. And then the next thing would be to change your iPhone name. And to do that, you go to settings, you go to about, in general, then about, and then right here, you can change the name to be whatever you want. You can see I have my phone's called Be Audacious. So that is the name of my phone, but you can go in there and you name your phone anything that you want it to be. And then next, you can go in and you can change your password in your hotspot. You just go to your settings, go to personal hotspot, and then your password. You can make this whatever you want. So I could go and I could say, Jeff's iPhone as an example as my password. And there it is, done. Now I have a new password. That's all you need to do to change your password in your iPhone. And then another thing is changing wallpaper. So I can hit, again, settings, and then I go into wallpaper. And on my wallpaper, I can go in, just click up in there, and you can see there's choices right here. I can go dynamic. I can take stills or live, and I can pick one of those. As you notice, mine's all black. One of the reasons I went to all black was because supposedly that it increases your battery life. It can actually decrease battery usage by up to 60% is what I read. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. You can pick any of your photos that you want to be as your wallpaper as well. So you can change your wallpaper by doing that. And then another thing would be tracking. And tracking, you go to settings, right there, and then you're going to go to privacy. I don't know if you've been in this is an important one because this is where your location services are. So you want that on there. But tracking, a lot of people don't know about this one. And in tracking, what you can do is you can allow apps to request to track or not track. And you can see it says allow apps to ask to track your activity across other companies, apps, and websites. I choose not to do that, but if you want it on, you can turn it on, allow them to track you. The other thing that's there too, in tracking, if you turn it on, it is going to allow that there's permission to track your activity with an identifier, and it'll appear there, and tracking activity is blocked by app that you're denied access to. So you can see right here, whether you want to have it on or not, it's your choice, but it is something a lot of people don't know about to be able to knock down on the tracking piece there. Personally, I don't like it, so I turn it off. And then another thing would be your display. Again, just go out, you go to settings, then go into display and brightness, and you can see you can set it up light or dark, however you want to have your phone. Some people like that dark mode. You can set it into automatic. Then you can also set your brightness there, which you can also, there's other places to do that. And then I've got a night shift that it shifts the tone of my phone at 9 p.m. to 5 p.m. right here, 5 a.m., excuse me, right there. So you can shift it into night shift at that point, no pun intended. Auto lock, I always like to put this to the longest time possible here. You can have it go anywhere from 30 seconds to 5 minutes to never. I just put it at 5 minutes, so it gives it the longest time. Here's something that a lot of people don't know is you can adjust your text size. You can see how it does that, but you can do that and set that, and then you don't need your readers for guys like me. And then if you want, you can bold here, and then you can have zoomed or non-zoomed there, standard or zoomed. I prefer zoomed, but that's just me. So those are some features that are available to you on your phone. And I just wanted to give you this information because I think it's really important that you take control of your phone and don't let your phone control you, especially with your social media, your email, your texts. You take control of those, and it's going to get you more time back in your day. It's said that every time that you look at your phone or go in and look at an email, take an interruption there, it takes anywhere from 60 seconds to 2 minutes. And a lot of the studies I've read say it takes at least 2 minutes to get back to doing what you were doing before. And if you counted how many times you opened your phone every day or looked at your phone, you might be amazed. So thanks, and be audacious.